I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahushai Bahasham Ha Kwadash, double honors unto our apostle elders, which ruled great millstone well, and which taught us the truth, and shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure unto the end. Shalom wa abba babal. This is Jeremiah 7, verse 25, which he's prophesying to the southern kingdom about going into slavery under the Assyrian Babylonian king Nebuchadnezzar. It says in Jeremiah 7 verse 25, all right, he also prophesies about Babylon the Great, all right, in his prophecy of Babylon. It says in Jeremiah 7 verse 25, since the day that your fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt, unto this day I have even sent unto you all my servants the prophets daily, rising up early and sending them, which we get up and we do this work, right? Which we've done this through all our lifetimes, right? It says the prophet is subject to the law of a prophet. It says in 1 Corinthians 14 verse 32, and the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets. So through all the lifetimes you've had prophets, all right, Israelite prophets. It says, yet they hearken not unto me, nor inclined their ear, but hardened their neck. They did worse than their fathers, right? In this generation, they're worse, right? Even back then, in the time of Jeremiah, they were worse than when they came out of Egypt, right? Because when the Lord brought them into that land, they went chasing after all the idols of the heathen. That's why the Lord brought them back into slavery under Nebuchadnezzar. And the northern kingdom, before that, they went into Assyrian captivity. All right, so I looked it up on my other phone. It was under King Shalmaneser the fifth, and later King Sargon the second conquered the northern kingdom of Israel. Okay, but it was the Assyrian Empire. It says in verse 27, therefore thou shalt speak all these words unto them, but they will not hearken to thee. Thou shalt also call unto them, but they will not answer thee. So just like today, we stand on the streets and we prophesy. We're on these videos, we get all these views, but the Israelites will not hearken, right? They will not repent for the most part. Now there's a remnant that's going to be saved, which Jeremiah speaks of, all right, in these last days. It says, verse 28, but thou shalt say unto them, this is a nation that obeyeth not the voice of Yahweh their power, nor receiveth correction. Truth is perished, and is cut off from their mouth. Cut off thine hair, O Jerusalem, and cast it away, and take up a lamentation on high places, for Yahweh hath rejected and forsaken the generation of his wrath. These reprobate Israelites that were with Moses and Aaron in the wilderness, all right, they're here today, all right, just as they were in the time of Yahushua walking the earth. And they said, put their blood upon our children, talking about the blood of the Messiah, because they were begging Pontius Pilate, who sat in the seat of Caesar, to crucify Yahushua. And those 2/3 reprobates are here today, and they're worse than their forefathers. All right. It says, for the sons of Judah have done evil in my sight, saith Yahweh. They have set their abominations in the house which is called by my name, to pollute it. And they have built the high places of Tophet, which is in the valley of the son of Hinnom. Web search. It says Tophet, also spelled Topheth, was a location in the valley of Hinnom, just outside Jerusalem, known for the practice of child sacrifice to the god Molech. You see? It says Tophet was a place where Israelites, particularly during the reigns of Ahaz and Manasseh, sacrificed their children to Molech by burning them according to historical and biblical sources. Which was also, it says, after the reforms of King Josiah, who defiled Tophet, it became a garbage dump for Jerusalem, a place where refuse and burning waste were discarded. All right, which it's also spoken of as reference to a future judgment. Okay. In the valley of the son of Hinnom, web search. The valley of Hinnom, also known as Gehinnom or Gehenna, is a real valley located south of Jerusalem's old city, right? Let me pull it up. All right, so I pulled up on a Bible map, Valley of Hinnom, which you see it's right there of, as it says, south of Jerusalem. All right. So let me get a bigger map of the Valley of Jehoshaphat. Okay. And this whole area is going to be judged when the Lord comes back. All right. And it's going to be a great destruction of troops over here in this land. All right. From Turkey to Yemen, there's going to be an innumerable amount of Edomite military, which they're making they're confederate with all the other nations to go against the Israelites, and they're fighting over our land. And Yahweh Shai is going to come back and fight them for us and mount them there. 2nd Ezra 13. All right. Which is a future prophecy. Okay. Jeremiah 7, verse, I believe let's see. Oh, yep, right here in 31. And they have built the high places of Tophet, which is in the valley of the son of Hinnom, to burn their sons and their daughters in the fire, which I commanded them not, neither came it into my heart. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that it shall no more be called Tophet, nor the valley of the son of Hinnom, but the valley of slaughter. Okay, because the troops of Esau are going to be slaughtered. For they shall bury in Tophet, till there be no place. And the carcasses of this people shall be meat for the fowls of the heaven, the chariots. They're going to burn up all them troops. And for the beasts of the earth, and none shall fray them away. Then will I cause to cease from the cities of Judah and Jerusalem. I'm sorry, let me go up some more. I think I jumped down to another part because let me see here. All right, so I was right on this verse. Jeremiah 7, verse 34. Then will I cause to cease from the cities of Judah and from the streets of Jerusalem the voice of mirth and the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride, which the bridegroom and the bride is prophesied of the Israelites in the past. Yahushua is the bridegroom, and the bride are the remnant that's going to be saved from Babylon the Great. But we've been scattered, we've been exiled out of that land, all right, Jerusalem, because we sinned, all right? We sinned, and the Lord had raised up prophets telling the Israelites of this, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, and before that, Isaiah, all right? We've always had prophets, okay? Now the Lord raised up prophets in the last days, the bride, all right? Revelation 11 and 3, and I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days clothed in sackcloth, which it tells you in Revelation 19, verse 7, let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come. The Lamb is the bridegroom, Yahushua, and his wife, which is the bride, had made herself ready. And to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white, for the fine linen is the righteousness of saints, the Israelites that are sanctified through the word. And he saith unto me, right, blessed are they which are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb, the bridegroom and the bride. And he saith unto me, these are the true sayings of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, because we're going to escape the nuclear destruction of America, which is Babylon the Great, who are to be destroyed by violence. It says that in Revelation 18 and 20. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for our power hath avenged you on her. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone, and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that city, that great city, Babylon, America, be thrown down by nuclear destruction, and shall be found no more at all. And in that time we will go back to the promised land. Shalom to the elect wa abababom.